Hi guys, today we're going to look at how to build a project planner where you could follow your project and how it's progressing, which will give you a quite good overview of the status of your project. And the way we will building it, it will be possible for you to reuse for other projects, just change data and it will work again. So let's start. This is how it's going to look like when it's done. I have 3 different project parts with a total of 23 features that I want to complete. We are in week 9 of the project right now, and the date is here. So I show that here, or current date. And then I will have bars here showing when feature starts and when it ends. And depending on the progress of the feature, it will be darker green. So this will give me a quite good way of following where we are in different features. But I also have this progress field here. And this one will give me a green light if I'm done with the feature, or like in those 2 cases, I have started and come further than the plan was. It will give yellow if I'm behind, but the end date of that feature is still not here. So in those 2 cases, for example, I should have come further, but I shouldn't be done yet. But the red ones, they should have been done by now, and the due date is passed and I'm still not done. And then I would put gray colors for those that shouldn't even have started yet and we have no progress yet. And the good thing with this plan is that if I change stuff here, it will automatically follow. So let's say it wasn't the 3rd of March right now, it was instead the 2nd of February. Then I would be here and everything would be green because I'm not late with anything. But if I instead was 2nd of April, will be here, and there would be a lot of red and a lot of yellow as well. It will also change if I change the project start. So here it started 6th of January. So instead, if I started at 20th of January, it will follow. And also it should be done at 10th of March. And that one will be prolonged and it will be green. So it's a quite good way to show where you are in the project, and you could reuse this by just adding different dates here and of course different features or whatever you want here. So let's see how we build something like this. Here I've prepared my data. So I have all the different parts and features described here when I think that they're going to start and when they're going to end. And then I added some figures about how far I have come with them. I started on line 9 here to describe this. But as you see, there is no formatting yet. There is no timeline whatsoever. Also here, we'll put in the start date, and I think I'll start the 6th of January. And current date, that is basically today, like that. And then I want to know how far I have come. If I'll take current date minus project start date, I will get the amount of days that we have worked. But I'll want weeks here, so I'll put them with parentheses, and then I'll just divide by 7. I want no decimals. So there. Weeks in progress 4. I'll go to more number formats, custom, and then in here I will write week and then a sign like that. Next step, here on row 6 I will add my dates, but they will not be visible at the end, but I'll need them for my calculations. So I'll start with the project start date, like that. And then in the second field I will add the first date plus 1. And that will be the 7th of January, of course. Now I will drag this away, all the way to, that's 6th of June. Yeah, let's keep it like that. What I will do then, take all those dates, and now I will make them not so wide. I will actually have them 0.6 in the column width. So now see them within one page. And now I would like to add my weeks here. So this is the Monday. That will be my first week. I will merge them and center, and that will be week 1. But then at the same time, I will do as I did for the other ones. I will do some formatting, custom, and here I will write week and hashtag. That will give me week 1. And if I copy this one to the next week, but here instead I would like to have week 1 plus 1. So now I have my weeks in the project, not the week of the year, but this is the first week of the project, this is the second, and so on. And this one I can now drag all the way here. Okay, that's week 22. So now we have a project that will go from week 1 to week 22. And up here, I would like to have the first day of the week. And this is actually then the project start date. And I will also here merge the centers, 6th of January. The second week, I'll also merge. And here, I would like to have 1 week later, 6th of January plus 7. That's the 13th of January. And now I could take this one and drag it all the way back to week 22. And I will have all the weeks up here. Yes, now we have our baseline for the timeline. Now we need to start with the conditional formatting. That will be in the next chapter. And now it's time to add the conditional formatting. So let's start by adding the cells that we want to have formatting in. I'll take all the rows from feature 1 to feature 23, and then from start of the project to the end of the project. And I go to conditional formatting, add new rule. I want to use a formula. I want a green bar for every date that is equal or greater than the start date and less or equal to the end date. And then this formula will work fine. Here it is. And it's also important to keep track of which dollar signs to take away, because you want it to fit for the whole section down here. So I'll take away before the G's, and I'll take away before the tenths. That will make it work for the whole space. And then I add my green color and push OK and OK. And there you have it. A light green bar from date to date for every feature. Once again, we want to have a conditional formatting. Mark the same area. And this time, make a new rule, use formula equal. And now we're going to mark the bar depending on how the progress has been. So if it's 100%, it should be fully filled. If it's 75%, it should be 75% filled. And we do that by calculating how many days that we should fill from the start date. And then we could use this formula. And once again, you need to keep track of the dollar signs to take away from the right places. I took away from all the G's and before all the tenths. This one I will make much darker green. So now I will get a dark green for the same amount of days, the percentage of how much I have fulfilled with this one. And then the final conditional formatting for the GANT part. I add another rule, I use formula and add this formula. I basically just check if the date that we're at is the same date as the current date. This formatting, I will check of the borders instead. So I will use red, that one, and I will choose the outer borders like that. And I want a fill that is light red. So now I will get the fill like that, and I will get it on the current date. But as you see now, it goes over the other bars, and that I don't want. To fix that, I'll just go up to the conditional formatting again and manage rules and mark that and just take it down. Now it will show behind the other ones. The last conditional formatting that we need to do is in the progress column. And here I've actually already done it. So you don't have to watch me filling in formulas all the time. All those formulas will be in the description of the video. And I actually need 5 of them. 2 for the green, 1 for the red, 1 for the yellow, and 1 for the gray. And I also want them in this order where I have green, red, yellow, and gray. That's all the conditional formatting that we need to have. The rest is just to format the whole page so it looks much better. So that's what we're going to do in the next chapter. The first thing I will do is to get rid of all the grids here, and that I do within the view and uncheck that grid line. So then I'll mark my first 2 rows here. Those I will make dark green, and then you don't see the text very well, so therefore I make the text white and I'll make them bold. The part A here, I will do light blue like that one. Same thing with B and C. Also make them bold. And then to make those features look better beneath the part A, I could use this function where I put them a little bit to the right. That looks a little bit more intuitive. And now I want to have some lines in this section. I mark it. I choose more borders. First, I choose the color. I take a light gray, and then I add lines, no vertical ones, only horizontal ones. And that will give me nice lines like that. But I also want one more thing. I want the outline to be a little thicker border. Then I could choose thick outside borders. And then also I want to have some borders here. I could just take all borders like that, some thick outside like that. And the last thing is just to fill up my space here with some light gray. Yeah, that light gray. And it's basically just paste. Now I think we're done. It looks quite nice. What colors to use is totally up to you. I hope you have learned something today, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe and share it, because that will definitely help with their algorithm. See you soon in another video. Thank you very much.